I'm Miss Rachel from Inside Out, and I thought we would start our lesson today by going on a treasure hunt. What I want you to do is go around your house and find 3 things that were given to you as a gift. Go ahead and pause this video and then you can come back with your things. Okay, you found 3 things? I brought some things too. I have a scarf that someone knit for me. I have this cute fox. And I have this awesome t-shirt of the outer space that I love. What sort of things did you bring back? Is there one thing that's your favorite? Do you remember who gave you each of those things? One of the things that I love about gifts is that when I am not able to see somebody, I still have the thing that they gave me that I'm able to think about. So this scarf, for instance, I haven't seen this friend in a while, but I can put the scarf on, and it's like I'm getting a nice warm hug from my friend. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be thinking about poems, which are called odes. And these are special sorts of poems that are meant to praise people that we really love or items that we really love. So you might write a poem about your favorite game or one of your best friends. We're going to start by looking at a poem by an author who wrote a poem about his socks. Do you have any socks that you like enough that you would write a poem about them? Well, let's see if we can understand why Pablo really liked his socks. So this is a poem called Ode to My Socks, and it's by Pablo Neruda, who's a poet from Chile in South America. The poem begins, Ode to My Socks. Maru Mori bought me a pair of socks, which she knitted herself with her sheepherder's hands. 2 socks, as soft as rabbits. I slipped my feet into them, as though into 2 cases, knitted with threads of twilight and goatskin. Pablo has a lot more to say about his socks. It's actually a pretty long poem, but let's stop there and see if we understand what's going on. Can you tell what's important to Pablo in this poem? I'm going to read the poem one more time, and I want you to think about, why does Pablo care about his socks? Why did he decide to write this poem? Let's listen one more time. Maru Mori brought me a pair of socks, which she knitted herself with her sheepherder's hands. 2 socks as soft as rabbits. I slipped my feet into them, as though into 2 cases, knitted with threads of twilight and goatskin. It seems to me that the socks are important to Pablo, partially because Maru Mori put so much care into them. To me, this poem is an ode to the socks. The socks are important, but it's also a poem to Maru Mori, who spent time knitting. She's someone who's working really hard. She's a sheep herder. She herds sheep. She's able to put a lot of love into these socks, making the socks as soft as rabbits. That's a comparison that I really like. When I hear soft as rabbits, I think about how cute rabbits are and how fuzzy and how warm and how delightful and how much joy they bring me. And so when he makes the comparison that the socks are like rabbits, I know how soft they are, but I also have all these other associations with them. That's one of the cool things about associations, is that even if right now I don't have any rabbits that I can play with, I still can be thinking about things in far off different places that I can't go to. He makes another comparison in this poem. He says that the socks are like 2 cases, knitted with threads of twilight and goatskin. What do you think it means for a sock to be knitted with twilight? What could he be trying to say by saying that? What's going on with twilight? And what would it mean if you had twilight in your socks? Why don't you spend some time thinking about that? And then once you have, let's go ahead and write our poem. So what we're going to do is we're going to write an ode. to somebody who's important to us, who maybe we can't see right now. It might be a family member or it might be a friend. It might be actually someone who gave you one of those gifts that we collected earlier. I want you to think for a moment about someone that's important to you that you can't see right now. Once you have that person in your head, I want you to go do a second treasure hunt. So if you already have an item that reminds you of that person, so maybe I want to write about my friend who knit this scarf. But maybe I want to write about somebody who didn't give me a gift. I want to write about somebody who I associate with a toy that we always play with together, or maybe with a game that we really like. Maybe I want to write about a family member who I have a really great picture of. I'm going to go ahead and go and look for some items that remind me of this person so that I can write about them. You can go ahead and pause this video and go find an object. When you found that one object that really reminds you of somebody that you miss, come on back to the video. Have you found it? Great. Okay, so what we're going to do for our writing is I want you to start off by, just like Pablo Neruda, describing this object. I want you to really think about, what is this object like? We can try by comparing it to other things. So for instance, if you look at the worksheet, it says Ode to blank. In that blank, you can either put the object that you're writing about or the person that it reminds you of. On the next line, it says blank is like blank. So I want you to think about this object that you have. What is it like? Pablo Neruda had said his socks are like rabbits. So I could say, for instance, that my stuffed animal here is like a pillow. So I would write my stuffed animal is like a pillow. And then on the next line, it says because. So this is where we really practice thinking about how we're making those connections. Why do you think the rabbit is like a sock, or a sock is like a rabbit? I want you to do that 3 or 4 times, thinking about different ways that your object is like other objects. And then you can think about, why does this object remind you of the person that you miss? So if you go to number 4, it says blank reminds me of blank. So think about, who is that person that you really miss? And why does that object remind you of them? In the last line, number 5, it says blank is like blank because blank. And in this last line, I want you to think about that person you miss and think, who are they like, or what are they like? So maybe you might think that my mom, if your mom's the one who gave you the gift, is like a superhero because she works really hard. Or if it's your friend, you could think about, who is your friend like? So we'll use that last one to do a comparison, not between the object and something else, but between that person that you really miss. Once you have finished writing your poem, I hope that you get a chance to share this poem with the person that you miss. Writing is a really great way to share that you care about somebody, whether that's calling the person on the phone and talking to them and sharing the poem, or if it's sending it in an email or sending it in the mail itself. I hope that writing about this person that you missed was a good way for you to feel a little bit closer to them, when at this point in time, it's a little bit hard to see people. Until next time, have fun writing!